Got to have it. I got to have it, right? Oh. Work the job, make the money, buy the stuff, right? He who dies with the most toys wins. No. He dies too, right? He dies too. Oh. What did somebody say the other day? I've never seen a hearse pulling a trailer. You can't take it with you, right? Desire, right? Desire. Oh, we live in desire. I mean, how many commercials have you lived through in your life? How many millions, right? How many? They just keep coming, and they just keep coming. You can't even walk down the street, drive down the highway without, hey, you need this. You got to have this, right? But I think this desire goes even deeper. In some sense, you might say, it is the desire the wish for private fulfillment. The thought that somehow it is all about me. And if I can just get my needs met, everything's going to be okay. That's so much of what causes our pain. Not thinking in terms of us, right? And I mean us as broadly defined as possible. Not just the ones, and this is where, for me, the circle of compassion comes in. How big is your circle of compassion? How many people do you care about, right? And I mean really care, right? Is it just you? I know some people like that. I don't hang out with them, right? Is it your loved ones? Okay, maybe a few neighbors, some friends, right? Is that your circle of compassion? Does it go beyond that? Does it go, I don't know, to your community? Does it go even beyond that? Right? I mean, how big is it? Who do you care about? Right? Who do you spend your time and energy on? How big is it? What about people who are different from you? Are they in your circle of compassion? Right? What about people who are not just different, but different in a way that you don't approve of? Compassion? Or are they out in the cold, right? It's that desire that shrinks the circle, right? And again, let me take it one step further because the Buddhists would, okay? It's not just about humans. It's not just about the two-legged ones, right? No, all creatures, right? Circle of compassion. How big is it, right? That's what causes our suffering. It's that desire to think that, in fact, the moment as a child you first use the word my, you cut yourself off from everybody else. My. And you know a 2-year-old loves that word almost as much as the word no. And I don't mean being told no, I mean saying no, right? My. It's mine. It's mine. Craving, right? Craving. How do we let go? Because the more we hold on to, the more we hurt. There's another story, it's not from Buddhism, but it is from India about the same time, about the dog who found the bone, right? Oh, it's the most awesome bone ever. Loving this bone, right? And it was great until the other dogs found out about it. And they chased the dog down, killed him, took his bone, right? Well, the dog who ended up with the bone, really happy. Same thing happened, right? You chase what you love, and that very chasing is what throws you off course. So, well, we have our diagnosis, right? Life sucks, in one manner of speaking, right? And it sucks because we desire, we crave. I think craving might be a better word, right? So after the diagnosis, what's the doc going to give you? I always have a question for the doc after the diagnosis. Am I going to make it, right? What's the prognosis? Well, that's the third of the Four Noble Truths, right? The news is good. Craving has a cure. If craving is what causes suffering, what's going to get us out of this mess? You got to stop craving. Right? That's the thing. It's the thorn in the side, right? You got to stop craving. How are you going to do that? Well, that's the fourth noble truth. It's called the Noble Eightfold Path. I don't have time to walk us down that path today. I wish I did. But you can Google it. That's still a funny expression for me. To Google it. right? Yes. Google the Noble Eightfold Path and what it is. And it is. Think about it for a moment, okay? Think about it for a moment. Out of all the metaphors that Siddhartha Gautama could have used, he chose the term path. Path, right? Path. And again, if you look at him in his historical context, he is not saying, I'm going to carry you like a baby to Nirvana. He's saying, this is the path that I walked. Perhaps you should walk it too and see if it takes you to Nirvana. And if it doesn't, you might have to chart your own path. Right? I can show you the way, but you're the one who has to walk it. You're the one who has to walk it. And I think, actually, at some level, that is what we are doing here today. We are looking for a path in life, are we not? Oh, just give me some light in this darkness through which we stumble all too often, right? Oh, we're trying to figure out what's going on so that we can figure out how to live in that what is going on. Crucial to step outside your own, we've talked about this before, outside your own bubble, right? To look through a window other than the one that has been presented to you, right? So that for the first time, perhaps you can understand your own window, right? And to draw on this wisdom, this collective wisdom that humans have put together over so many centuries and millennia, right? In order to carry it forward, Here at Elon, we prize living the life of the mind, but one of the things that I most love about Elon, it isn't just about the mind, right? It is actually living that life in the real world, right? How does this information change the way that you live? To change the way that you see yourself, that you understand yourself, your world, and others? How does it change the way that we treat others, right? Maybe with a little more kindness, a little more understanding, right? A little more empathy. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it for this week. I hope you'll come back next week. Unless there's a flood.